Alrighty then. I had to do this into a two-parter because I had a delivery, and I usually ended up on a Remember God Loves You, and so do I. So anyway, I want you guys to hear this commercial. What's left of it? It looks like there is quite a bit of it. But they're trying to I mean, even the deliberate misuse of grammar, it's just so tacky. It just reeks of Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton. That's the thing, is that the liberals are the biggest racists there are. And he's all, I went through the process myself. I didn't even have to step foot in one of them fancy classrooms. I mean, are you kidding me? That also is implying a disdain of the redneck for education. Education is not the problem of the redneck. The redneck has a problem with you trying to miseducate them. And speaking as a non-redneck who has interviewed many, I see and believe and observe that that is the case. Here we go. Buckle up, buttercup.
It took me all of 5 minutes on my computer, and I had that permit in my mailbox the very next week. Talk about convenience.
And they had your address.
When it's time to renew, there ain't no requalifying or dropping a pile of cash on something.
They know where you are, because that's what it's
skip
for.
all that nonsense. But listen up. These anti-gun, anti-freedom liberals are having a hissy fit
Who are
over
doing this, and they're trying to see, that's another thing you guys got to really look out for. The reverse psychology is such an insult to your intelligence. I have watched the liberals constantly go after the conservatives, claiming that the conservatives are doing what they themselves are doing. The projection of the narcissist is not only demonically inspired and executed, but these people are complicit in that they know the difference between right and wrong. That's the thing. If they were accidentally lying, that would be a whole nother thing. No, these people go into the science of it. They literally think that they're so slick that they can play you like a fiddle. You're just a little puppet for them. And if we make you think that you hate the other side, you're going to do whatever we tell you, because you're going to be reactive, not proactive. You're not going to do any research on your own. You're not going to find out where the money trail goes. You're not going to find out what we're really proponing in Congress. That's why we have Doge. And I bet you'll find that this is somehow paid for by our government. It's so sad, because I haven't found one propaganda trail that we've taken that didn't lead right back to a liberal umbrella pseudo organization. Here we go.
Me exercising our rights without jumping through their hoops.
Jumping through their hoops. This is the hoop. That's the whole point, is they want you to register so that they know where it is and they come after it. And if you think I'm kidding, go look at what they did in Canada. People who had ancient arms, antiques, things that didn't even fire. People were being literally paratroopers storming. In one case, somebody told me that, okay, I'm not even going to tell that story because it did sound outlandish. But what I saw by my own eye was flak jackets busting through doors on senior citizens who owned firearms that couldn't even be fired because of their ancientness. And in 2 cases, they were deliberately disabled from firing. It wasn't just a matter of dilapidation. And Canada can tell you and show you very clearly where they were trying to head us. You may not be aware of this, but there are entire business sections in Canada you are not allowed to do business in unless you demonstrate that you're homosexual. Doesn't that seem strange to you? How do you tell someone, how do you literally prove you're homosexual, first of all? And second of all, why do I know what you're doing behind closed doors? I don't brandish my heterosexuality. I just go through my life. You see, it is the pervert. It is the miscreant. It is the depraved that will even focus on the genitalia issue. That blows my mind. If you have a wiener, you don't come in my bathroom. Duh. And boy, if you guys saw my film that I got it's a church thrift store where they went in and did their little psychological operation here in Salt Lake City, Utah, had a big old sign. It's all on film directing me to go into the men's restroom. And then someone came in there and told me I couldn't be in there as soon as they saw that I was filming. Oh, it was groovy. These guys may be underhanded, but they have to be. They have to be organized. These are not intelligent people. Unless they're put together in a mindless hive collective machine, they're just simply not going to be able to function. These are not people who can be independent. These are not people who are sentient. Not entirely. These are not people who understand the meaning of loyalty, fealty, or being stoic. These are weak, sad, pathetic, sick, damaged individuals who have no sense of well-being for themselves, so they're certainly not at all interested in your well-being. And you will find through your little money trails that the people paying for this are the ones that are most highly armed and guarded. But the poor little fodder in between, the poor simpering idiots who have no potential, they're not gonna study and research and be independent. And no. Like the lemmings they are, they will simply regurgitate whatever they're fed. And that's very, very sad because people like Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris actually brag about it. Go see what Kamala Harris said about college students. She literally said they were stupid and easily led, and that's why they had to get them. Isn't it kind of fun how people absolutely know nothing? But I'll bet you can tell me if Chandler and Rachel got married, a whole lot of you do know. Isn't it sad that you don't know anything about Agenda 21? Remember that God loves you. We're going to go ahead and continue.
Power to slam this online CCW loophole shut by the end of the month. So don't let them
hurry. Limited time offer.
Lock in your permit right
don't
now
ever fall for
the
that.
System gets swamped where they pull the rug out from under us. Trust me.
See,
you don't want
all these incendiary terms and reminding us of how they stole the election and falsely accused everyone of insurrection when Insurgents USA, run by John, what is his last name? He goes by, I'm going to get him up there so that you guys can see who really did the resurrection. Or, excuse me. I was reading about the resurrection this morning. That is so funny. He goes by Jayden X, if you want to Google him. He was an ice skater. He's an aspiring actor, rapper, singer. In other words, all around clown. And basically what he is one of these take a near, self-entitled, adopted by rich white parents, Hayello, who thinks that he's holier than thou by thinking he's the next Moses when he's literally a rebel without a clue. And he's the one who actually broke a window in the Capitol building. He's the one who actually said when his CNN girlfriend, he was paid $70,000 to go in there and start that insurrection. So I'll make sure that you know all about that. I've done films on it. And so if you want to look through, but let's go ahead and continue with this because they already know about the federal agents that were put in there and how everybody was set up. And President Trump is going to make sure that we make it very clear. What people don't understand is the reason they had the Capitol surrounded by so many soldiers during that time was because, and this is after rejecting security to prevent any potential issues because we knew that we were going to have Antifa coming in on us. They brag way too much. They always, like Lex Luthor, that's what they do is crow. So what ended up happening, and you know what they did to the poor soldiers? They left them sleeping in cold parking garages, no food, no water. They didn't make any provisions for them. And they're like, well, you're the military, you should have your own. And they got everything all crossed up. People had to take loyalty oaths to participate. And if you knew, they knew that if the American people knew what they were up to, they would need armed guard. If you're not going to learn from the past, you're going to suffer it in the future. You'd better take advantage while you can of any semblance of fairness. Doge is the best thing that's ever happened to this country. Actually, Donald Trump is. Thank you, Elon Musk. And I've had a few dealings with him and his entities, and I got to tell you, no better man. We don't agree on everything. But We are so blessed to have the people and leadership that we do. Remember, God loves you, and so do I.